Wrong thing. Wrong thing. Okay, sorry about that. Whew. Okay. Let's actually get started now. Last minute stream decided, so. I'm gonna try something out for streaming, at least for hobbies. So, anyways, hello everyone, and welcome to the Gaming Den. Today is going to be a return to the streaming of hobby streams and stuff like that. I'm at least hoping this is going to work out the way I'm thinking. It might not work out as well as I would hope, but it's a start. It's a starting point, and that's what matters. It's an idea, and the idea I'm hoping works. So, and we actually just think about it. Sorry, I just realized I didn't do that thing. Okay, that was the last of it. Okay, so we're going to be painting this dragon today. I actually was thinking about doing this model for a while, but I've been putting it off. And I'm kind of glad I did, because things have been going on recently, and I believe my roommate could use a little surprise. Maybe he'll see this, maybe he won't. I don't know, but I don't care if he sees it. If he sees it, good for him. But I think he's distracted by other things anyways. So. Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't got you guys music yet. Bad me. I got my own music, but I don't have music for you guys. I'm stuck on this one song right now, so I'm listening to that. Which account? Because I don't remember. Was I'm turning on this music.
Just did.
I don't know how loud it is.
Look at yourself. Worrying
I
about
definitely am telling you to shut up, ads. It's too loud, just let me know. Anyways. Okay, so let's get started. So we're gonna try this setup out, and don't worry, that's just paint on this spot right here. It's just on the underneath part of this. There's two layers to this. There's this part, and then there's the actual spongy part underneath that keeps it water out. So yeah, I don't know how loud I sound comparatively to normal, so can't promise anything. But I will say, I think I get a bigger brush. I don't think I really have a bigger brush. Let me check. I might have forgotten to, I might have a bigger brush, but I need to see if I do actually. I might have tossed it. Maybe. Hey Remus, how you doing? I had to go grab some more paintbrushes because I wanted to see if I could find a bigger brush. I think I found one. How you been doing, sir? Been a minute. Which I apologize for that. I didn't mean to disappear for so long, but I did. Actually, is that blue? I know what color I'm using. I don't want to use that if I can help it. I want to use the... I want to use... other... Not it. Not it. Okay, let me pick this up. Let's see. There it is. Salazar blue, yeah. This is what I want. I have a bunch of blues from literally painting the freaking Altharian model. So I keep a bunch of blues on hand. Because it's the color I used a lot. I don't know, it's a nice color. Blue's a nice color. For a lot of models, really. Not every model, but a lot of models. Okay. Alright, let's see. I got to use this. So the first color I'm using, Salazar blue. A little hard to read, but that's because my webcam's not exactly great. I need to eventually get that replaced with an actual webcam. Oh wait. It helps to have it on the camera, right? So yeah, I've decided to do this model because of reasons. Honestly, I needed something to do today. And I've been meaning to stream, because I've been mostly doing just regular videos for my other channel, for the card channel, but I haven't been doing anything for this channel recently, which I decided it's about time I get back to that. Don't you agree, guys? By putting it off. Maybe I just need to do straight from the pot here. This isn't quite working as well as I'm like. All right, let's try to get more. Let's try something else. All right, I'm gonna try this straight from the pot now, because honestly, this is more of a wash anyways in a sense. Now, the trick to this, from what I've understood, is you try to avoid repainting over areas that you already have painted until the paint dries. Which can be a little difficult, but especially when there's a lot of crevices and edges that you have a hard time sometimes getting to. But yeah. Going with a blue because honestly the person that owns this model wanted it more of a kind of winterish dragon kind of feel, so I'm going with a kind of royal blue first to start us off and then work my way up to highlight it with some lighter blues and stuff like that. And honestly, I agree with the idea. I like the idea. The idea looks good in my head. Besides, one of the main colors for freaking Stormcast Eternals is blue anyways, so I think this would be, if I could pull this off the way I'm hoping, this will gonna look great. I'm kind of hoping it looks the way I'm thinking it's gonna come out, but we'll see. One thing at a time. The good thing about a big model is that even though it takes longer because it's a big model, it's also a lot easier to get to the details. But there's a lot more details to cover, so it's one of those trade-offs. A lot more details to cover, but it's also a lot easier to get to the details. Kind of one of those nice things about big models. I don't know. I like the idea of painting big models. It's a lot of fun. It takes time, but God, when it's finished, it looks great. I gotta be careful of this area because that's where a model has to be glued on. Been okay. I started some new therapy recently with electricity. Playing Elden Ring. Yeah, I've seen you've been playing Elden Ring. I see you playing Elden Ring yourself right now, sir. But what's this about therapy with electricity? News to me. One of the hardest parts about horns, though, all these spikes and horns, is that if they have an angle like they do in this model, you have under. And that's not easy to do on the first initial brushing. You have to kind of get back over it. It's not something you really want to do with contrast. Kind of defeats the purpose. So how's Elden Ring going for you? I honestly gave up on it because I kept losing this one boss and I'm just like, I'm done. I don't feel like frustrating myself further. I know a lot of people have still been playing Elden Ring just because there's a lot to do in the game. But I also know there's a lot of people that have also been like doing a lot of I finished the game video kind of thing or something like that. At least I've been seeing them. But yeah. I know Elden Ring's a really long game, so get in crevices because we need to cover those. So I really don't want to any of the gray showing underneath them. I kind of need this to be a solid blue so I can work with it later. I don't think the gray needs to be shown. At least I don't think I would want the gray to be showing. Not really. It's funny how a model comes alive just with a little bit of paint. Like, just this little bit of paint already makes the model start looking a little bit alive. spikes. The spikes. The spikes are diving in my skin. Okay, so I want to also hit up horns. The bottom parts of them, at least. Yeah, I still find it funny, like, how much, like, just some paint just makes a model come along. I love it. I love just how... I think that's what I like about painting models so much, is that the building process doesn't really bring the model to... Like, it puts it together, but it doesn't bring it to life. It looks good, but it doesn't look near as good as it does. It looks like it's just there. It's just kind of standing in place, if that makes sense. Whereas painting it, like, kind of gives it a feel of... like there's a story behind it. It's like, I guess that's what I think I like about it, because I like writing stories somewhat. I think that's why I like painting so much. Just because, like, it's a story of just, like, the person creating the model in their own style. Because you get this model and on sprues and stuff like that, and you build it a certain way. I mean, you could kit bash, but that's a different story. But when you paint it, you make it your own. And that's what, and that's why it's like a story. It's like its own thing. That's what's cool. I think that's probably the coolest part about painting. Part of the creative process. Building's still a part of the creative process too. But I think building. I think I said, meant to say. I don't know if I said building or painting, but painting, I think, is the most creative part of the entire modeling process. And like I said before, it's writing your own story. A tale. Model. Creating its origin. Like, this is supposed to be a frost dragon. So that's why all the blues. That's why, you know, XYZ reasons why I'm going to use all these different blues and stuff like that. Oh, I think that's armor. Whoops. I didn't mean to paint armor blue. Well, whatever. Too late now. Actually, the armor's supposed to be blue anyways, but whatever. putting up. Essentially, we're just putting a base coat over right now, anyways. So. So yeah, I think that's why I like the painting process so much, is just because it's a storytelling of the model. There's a story to the model just from being built, but that's only a part of the process. It just tells the model what it looks like. Only one part of it what it looks like. But then the other part tells, okay, but why does it look like that? What is it? What regiment is it? What is it part of? Or an example of a dragon. What's its race? What kind of dragon is it? There's multiple different kinds of dragons. Is it a frost dragon? Is it a storm dragon? Is it a... No? That's the important part. Is making sure you have that differentiation. I'm not going to put as much on the armor because I don't want the armor to be blue like the dragon is. I want it to be blue, but not as near a deep of a blue. And yeah. A little. There we go. Coming together. I'm trying to I'm trying to keep this on camera as best as I can, but it's not easy. Because my camera's all like this general direction for me. So I'm trying to make sure I keep it on camera without knocking over everything. The music probably stopped because for some reason my computer loves restarting the web pages I have for no real reason. Once it finishes like once or twice, it's done. Shouldn't do it again. And if it does it like once more. Small spot right there. I actually also want to say I've been watching some more anime, specifically Frank Grand Order anime, Babylonia. Not look that looks not near anywhere as good as I was hoping on the first layer, but what can we do? We'll just have to be patient. That's what we can do. There's something on my end. Don't worry about it, guys. That happened. Not a big deal. I haven't seen the latest Fate anime. If I remember right, the latest Fate anime is the Fate Grand Order Babylonia one. It's pretty good so far. It follows the actual game relatively well. Relatively keyword. I think there's a few things that are different, but it's not bad. But yeah, I've been watching it. It's pretty enjoyable thus far. But I also think that's not fair because how many servants was it? Two of my favorite servants in the entire series, or the FGO series, are in that singularity we go to, which is Babylonia. So it's not fair because there's like two of my favorite absolute characters in that. I've actually been listening to the opening for it the entire time I've been painting right now. You guys have been listening to something different, but I've been listening to it through my Bluetooth headphones. I I enjoyed the opening a lot more than I thought I was going to initially. Sometimes it takes a minute for me to enjoy the openings as much as I do. Sometimes it doesn't. Depends on that. It just depends. Okay. I know I'm going to use war, but I also want to keep it closed because it will spill. So I would rather just, close it to make sure it doesn't spill. Plus, also like not knowing where my armpit position comes from. It's hard to explain. Like this is all I know is like I don't want to keep it open, especially with my arm right next to the bottle. That's just asking for trouble. I wonder how far I could get with this model today. I think this entire basing process is going to take a couple hours, but I mean, it's a big model, so I'm not surprised. Even with contrast paint, it's going to take time. Probably would take a longer with regular base paint. But yeah, I would suggest the most recent anime thus far. I would at least. I haven't finished it, so I can't say yeah it's great or yeah meh. But there's a lot of good to it so far. I think the action sequences could have been a little bit better thus far from what I've seen because they're not near as good. But maybe I've seen them already a couple times via YouTube videos, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, let me go ahead and paint. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the nails yet. I can figure it out as I go. Now blue wouldn't be a bad color to go. I think I could work with that. The only thing I would say about the Babylonian anime is it won't make as much sense if you haven't really played through the game. It will make sense sort of because they'll make it they do make it kind of in a way where it still makes sense, but it makes more sense for people that have actually played the game. But then again, that's fine because I think the anime was more aimed for the people that have actually played the game. So it's still the start. There's also still a target to try to draw people in. But for people that are getting drawn in by, I also have to warn is like that's the seventh singularity. Like you got a while before you get to that in the game. You have to go through one of the hardest singularities of the game before you can get to it. Camelot. Camelot's a pain. I've played through this game now three times, going technically also with a fourth because of NA. And I'm still just like I struggle so much with Camelot. It's just such a pain in the butt. Camelot is no joke. Granted, we get harder stuff as we go through Lost Belts, but that's different. That's end story. Camelot technically was end story stuff at one point, but at the same time, it's like, we've come so far at this point with the game. It's like, when you figured it'd be a little easier. Nah. Not at all. Not at all. It's still an actual pain in the butt. Especially if you're not set up properly. Also, I do want to say I have been watching new stuff coming up for Night Haunt stuff. And God, do I want it. But I can't. I unfortunately can't. I want it so badly, but I cannot because I can't. I have more important things to take care of.
Hey, just so you are online.
I thought I tagged you in here. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I didn't see that message. I only saw the first. I clicked the link and...
Good job. Good job.
Hey, task failed successfully.
Hey, man, look. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, shit. Let me mute you on... Okay, better.
Gee, thanks. So glad I sound so much better muted.
Yeah. Much better.
Dude, rude.
Hey,
much.
get a sexy voice. Sexy voice actor that does your voiceover.
And now you're just trying hard to make up for the fact you were rude. And it ain't working.
I have no shame.
Look, if you want it to work, sir, you gotta buy me dinner first, okay?
Nah, I'm broke. Let me thin this a little because it feels a little thick. I kind of forgot how to walk earlier.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, they've been pumping me with electricity.
What is the electricity for?
Jumpstarting nerves and muscle region.
I see. That's fair, I suppose. I assume it's like a low level electricity kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it makes you spasm a bit, but
kind of like one of those electric massages.
You don't go like the Yeah, something like that, but with needles. They stick needles in you
Ugh.
and run electricity through them.
No, they call
Yeah,
needles.
it's not that bad of a feeling, to be
Hey
honest.
man, look, just because I have tattoos doesn't mean I like needles. I have I'm over my fear of them. I just still don't like them. I actually used to have a really bad fear of needles. Like, I mean, terrified
Yeah.
of needles.
I would never would have guessed with all your tattoos.
No one would have. Like, that's the thing about me. I'm the surprise. When it comes to things I do, I'm the child that will most likely surprise you out of the 5 kids in my family. I'm the most likely to surprise you. Would be you'd be also the person that would think I would never throw a party. I've thrown parties before. You wouldn't think I'm not the person that would go out to a club to go to dance. I've gone out to clubs to dance for hours.
You young one who can dance for hours.
Dude, I probably if I was still in the shape I was back then, I definitely could have still done that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, we're not in that shape we used to be.
Well, it's not.
We're
It's
getting
more of my
old.
fault because I just haven't been keeping up with like cardio and stuff like that. But it's a lot harder without like a swimming pool nearby because I have a bad foot. So running's a no go. Biking, I could, but meh. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm not doing any running.
I don't blame you.
But my legs have been in the best shape ever in a way, to be honest.
Makes sense.
I'm more in muscle mass and stuff like that because
Yeah.
of the whole therapy. I still can't run, but
I mean,
I can go up and down stairs now.
which is good.
Yeah. When I pivot on my left leg, it takes a bit of effort, but I can do it. So that's good.
Wasn't it your entire hip, or was it what's one side of it mostly?
No, just the left one.
Gotcha. So yeah, I think I pissed off Nick because he's no longer in the Discord.
No, what happened?
Oh, it involved the NSFW channel.
Oh, I haven't checked it in a while, I think.
Well, it's the latest thing in there, so. Actually, do me a favor
Good.
while you're
Not
in
tagging
there.
everyone.
Yeah, do me a favor. Try to tag everyone while you're in there. I just want to see if it will if you can or not.
I might be able to since I'm a mod.
I turned it to where everyone shouldn't be able to. Everyone but me.
Okay, I'll do an at everyone.
If it does work or not. I just want to see if it works or not.
And I'll delete it quick. Let's see.
It didn't
Do you see
highlight.
it?
It didn't highlight it. Like it has it highlighted, but I don't think it actually tagged anyone.
I deleted it. Just in case.
Okay, try it in also the picture section now, and I'll keep.
Stay in another tab to see if you get an.
Yeah, try it in the picture section because I haven't changed it on the anywhere else. Just the NSF.
Yeah,
NSW.
I get. I have an at everyone.
Okay, so
Prompt
you didn't
if
have
I
an
start typing it.
NSFW?
No, didn't have it.
Okay.
Let me go back and check. Let me go back just to make sure.
That's good.
At no, I don't get a check.
Okay, so that does mean I did turn it off. That's good because that's honestly like the only reason I wanted not to be everyone to tagged in that channel is just because it is a channel meant for people that are 18 and over. So
Yeah, plus we're mostly using that just for trolling purposes.
pretty much at this point.
It's not like a really serious NSFW channel.
I mean, I don't care what you guys post in there. I really don't. As long as you don't put like hateful stuff in there, I'm good with it. I just don't want everyone to be tagged.
I actually on that day I actually looked and searched for orc things
Uh-huh.
to put there for Nick, like for an hour or so.
Jeez. Well, unfortunately, Nick is no longer on the Discord. At least I don't see him anymore. So
He was at Mockingjay, I think.
yeah, and I don't see him. I've checked the offline and also everywhere in the just
Yeah, I don't see him either.
I hope he's not too pissed off at me. I do hope he eventually comes back because honestly, I do want to apologize.
Yeah, but I was looking at the conversation again, but it's not.
Like, if I'm probably gonna find him though, I'd probably find him most likely in Dame's chat or something like that event or something like that.
I think he's a lot on Mercy.
That too. I think Dame and Mercy both. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't see myself touching Warhammer 3 for a while, honestly, either.
No, I know what you mean. To be honest, the campaigns start off very nice. I like them.
And then when they get closer towards the end, it's just like all hell breaks loose.
Not even to the end when all the portals start spawning every 20 to 30 turns, I think. Something like that. It's like, I don't want to deal with this shit.
Yeah, it's also when the chaos start invading the order lands, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's an actual pain in the butt.
And it's not really, it's just really annoying to start to go and chase after them.
Yeah, you can't justify chasing after anyone, really, early.
And it's even annoying because maybe it doesn't happen to all, but to me, I can't even do a siege battle. Because all the AI does, it starts sieging me. And when the attrition is so bad that there's no chance in hell I can win it.
It eventually takes, yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's a bit too much, taking attrition right from turn one, because the AI just keeps sieging you.
Yeah, no, it really is annoying. It doesn't give you any chance to try to counter at all. You have to effectively be everywhere at once.
Yeah. Probably going to tag back in when Immortal Empires comes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can see myself doing that with Mortal Empires, but
Yeah.
other than that, like,
Honestly, I don't want to deal with the main campaign at all. Like, literally not at all.
I don't hate it as much as I did the Vortex, but at the same time, I hate it more than the Vortex. That makes
Honestly,
sense.
I actually liked the Vortex.
I didn't. I really didn't. Only Skaven was the only one I did, but that's also me being biased.
Well, when I used to play the Vortex, it was before the Skaven were good, so I really hated the Skaven. Then.
Skaven being good now makes it tolerable for me.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was interesting to get all those armies and
I think the
attack.
biggest thing
But
with
because
it though is that
they were all coming at once from one place.
I think the biggest thing that I didn't like about it was Lustria. I just hate Lustria. I think everyone doesn't like Lustria to some degree or another. I think we could all agree on
Because
that.
you get a lot of movement penalties, and you have to go all around a lot of things instead of going directly from one place to another.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest annoyance with it. I hate movement penalties.
Yeah, so I tried a lot of campaigns, but honestly, I just wasn't having fun at all.
Yeah, no. Like the thing was is that I was actually enjoying the Warhammer campaigns for Warhammer 3. It was just that ugh, especially the Zinch area, just like, oh my god. Why is this a thing? I
And it's annoying
understand I
because a
understand the
lot of it is
mechanic.
just minor settlement battles.
Oh yeah, no, like minor settlement battles being better than major settlement battles. Okay.
Yeah, no, that part is good, but the problem is,
Well, I
uh,
think it's a bad idea because it's like major settlements should be better to defend, not worse.
mm,
I mean, think about it.
but I mean, because whenever you attack them, they just hunker down in a minor settlement, the armies. You barely get any field battles.
Yeah, I prefer that. I actually like the minor settlement battles to some degree.
Yeah,
But
but not when you're
but if I
doing
was to
them
choose between
just that.
attacking a minor settlement or a major settlement, I prefer a major settlement just because most of the armies I play are fast. You know what I mean?
Mm. And they still have some pathfinding problems a lot in settlements.
Oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me. I all know that all too well. God, the amount of times I've actually gotten angry at the game for its pathfinding issues. It's like, oh my god, why? I will say that at least 1.1 is fixing one of the major issues that I had a problem with. It's like, you got minuses from your patron gods section. I'm like, why?
Yeah, that was retarded.
That made no sense. Like, I'm in Selenis territory with Nakari. I get minus penalties from being in my own territory.
You should actually get boosts.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, I'm fine with it just not giving anything at all, but at the same time, it's like, it shouldn't give you negatives. No. Makes no sense. Like, it's fine if it's like, you're paying Kisov and you get a minus from any of them. Cool, that makes sense. It's an order versus a chaos faction. But it's like, you go in with Nakari and
the
you go into
chase
Slanesh, it's like, what the actual?
and the whole chase inside those. Oh my god.
Ugh. Like, I will say, like, Slanesh's is kind of annoying, but it's not that bad. I haven't been to Corns yet. Nurgles is just figuring out the pattern, which is not really hard at all. So it's like whatever on Nurgles. Nurgles is not that bad. But Zinch, I never want to do Zinches ever. I know I have to do it because I have to get it out of the way, but I never want to do it because I hate Zinches around too much. It's such an annoying thing to figure out.
That about
And not even just that.
settles it generally because it's not fun. The campaign is not fun at all.
I don't. Well, I can't say
There are
I
a lot
don't
of
like the
things
campaign.
that I don't want to do. I don't want to chase around chaos portals. I don't want to do that.
I
don't want
don't
to go
mind
into...
chasing around chaos portals depending on who I'm playing.
No, I mean more like the chaos invasion that's coming. Those portals.
Oh yeah, well, I typically just hire heroes and close them real quick. If I don't see myself using it, I'm closing it. But also, they are adding actually one thing that I actually like is that they're giving protection buildings another reason, another purpose to it, which is they prevent the region, I believe, no, the province from getting chaos portals.
Yeah, but then you have to waste a slot when you already don't have a lot of slots.
Actually,
Build.
with Nakari's main settlements, I find myself always having trouble deciding what I want for that one last slot because I'm like, I already have everything else. So
Yeah,
I
well,
actually
with the chaos,
for like
gods,
Slanesh,
yeah, you can
it's
do
not an
that.
issue.
But with Kislev,
Well, yeah, but
the
Kislev at the
Chinese and the ogre kingdoms, oh my god, having to waste another slot.
yeah, but there's a difference between that. Like Kislev's is not that bad because like what I end up doing is I don't make one settlement the recruitment spot. I make multiple settlements to do that.
Yeah, but you need to keep on the minor settlements. You need to put both the farm and the other thingy. What do you call it?
Yeah, but they're
At
close
least.
enough to major settlements that I could get a hero over there no problem. So I'm not. That's why I'm not too bothered by it. Really, I am not.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see, but I'm sure they can make it better.
Oh yeah,
Because
they're 100%
it's
gonna make
always
it better.
new.
That's not even a question.
But this thing should not have been happening again after what happened between the launch of 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, they should not have been happening.
Yeah, well, after multiple game launches, like it shouldn't be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like you should have learned by now.
Yeah.
There's such thing as learning from your past.
And did you see the stream Legend did with Republic of Play?
Wait, he did what?
He did a stream
When?
on Twitch 1 or 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know he did a stream on Twitch.
Yeah, it wasn't his stream. It was Republic of Plays, and they were like doing an interview, talking about a lot of stuff like that.
Oh, was it on Total War or was it actually his actual channel?
His actual channel.
So they did it on his Twitch channel, an interview?
Yeah. And Legend's been dumping a lot of things there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not surprised. I think the
And
most impressive thing I've seen.
He was pissed off a lot because he's been telling them all this stuff. He's been telling them,
And they don't listen. They listen. They listen maybe to the people like the what's the word I'm looking for? The non-content creators. They listen to their paying customers, I guess is the words I'm looking for. Because technically we don't pay for it. They listen to once the game actually releases. It's like, hey, these are issues we told you about, and they don't listen. Like, I don't get me wrong when I say I'm saying this.
And Legend was really pissed because he had his schedules cleared just so he can do everything, to give feedback, to do all those stuff.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, that's his way of life. He only lives out of that.
Yeah,
and it's understandable because he wants it to be better, because
it does. If it does better, he does better.
Yeah.
And I get that. But it's also even more frustrating for him because it's like
I don't know if the VOD is still. Let me see.
Well, it's also more frustrating for him because it's like he completely clears his schedule to keep himself open for this kind of thing and give feedback, important feedback to them. And then when they just kind of turn their nose at it, it's like, what? Like, I'm giving you my time and effort for this and you're not listening to me? Rude.
Republic of Play, let me see.
I'm honestly kind of surprised he hasn't gone off on them earlier just because, but... And don't get me wrong, I'm super grateful to CA for giving me the early access that I have. But sometimes it just feels like they don't listen to us. And that's incredibly annoying.
Let's broadcast.
To listen to everyone else on the Reddit or the people that, have actually paid for the game, they won't listen to us. The people that are trying to help them out ahead of time, like,
Yeah, and the player drop off was seen. People are dropping off.
Yeah, I like the Warhammer games, but good lord, like even I'm just kind of like, I don't want to touch it right now at all.
And the other problem, their communication and all that stuff. I mean, you wait that long, like almost a month, to release a basic patch. I mean, not that I want to dump on them, but Elden Ring already had 3 major patches.
Which one had major patches?
Elden Ring. In like 3 weeks.
I think part of it's mostly because they also are starting to prepare for Mortal Empires, maybe. So they don't. So they have staff focusing on that. They have staff focusing on the patches and stuff like that. So, but
Yeah, but they're not really a small company anymore. They're quite a big.
I'm not saying they're a small company. That's not what I'm saying. My point is like,
And
divided forces won't work as fast as you would like sometimes.
The thing is, what we are shitting on them now because we wanted to do better. We want them to do better.
Don't get me wrong, dude.
We don't hate them. We love them. But if shit is going to go down like this, it's going to happen what happened with 3K again.
Yeah, we're not getting into that. That was a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, even after all that time, there were huge ass bugs and many problems, and all they were doing, oh, we're going to release this new DLC. No, fix the main campaign. Fix the main campaign.
Like,
and then they dropped it because no one was buying their DLC and all that stuff because it was buggy as hell and it had a lot of problems. It's really not rocket science.
yeah, I get. Don't worry, I get it. I really do.
And
I defend them.
I love the China period and all that ancient periods. I love them. I want it to be the best game ever.
Oh yeah, I was enjoying Three Kingdoms myself too.
But it wasn't.
But yeah, no, like I get it. I really do, because like there's things I like about what CA does, and then there's things I'm just like, come on, CA. As someone that has early access and stuff like that, it's like, there's just certain things that you just need to fix. You're doing some things well, but you really need to fix the things that you're not doing well.
Same thing with Troy. I don't know what they were thinking.
I would have loved it if they went more of the mythological path.
Yeah, and to do actually some fixes, because a lot of the problems in Troy were the exact same problems we had in Thrones of Britannia. Like, we just spent time running around from citadel to citadel to take them back. To capture them and take them back. Capture them, take them back.
There's a lot of issues with Troy, honestly. There really was.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that I got it free the first day it came out,
okay,
like, I would have never bought it.
Full historical or go full on fun mode. And you can do that. Go on full on fun mode with Saga titles.
But yeah, like, I'm gonna be like, I'll be honest. Like, if Troy wasn't free the day it came out, like, I never would have bought it.
Yeah.
I wasn't excited for it.
It came out on Steam, and I was actually waiting for it. I wanted to play it with the new DLC, the Mythos DLC, or what was it called? I don't remember exactly.
I don't know. I haven't paid attention to Troy ever since it came out.
Yeah, and I wanted to buy it when it came out, but they were charging like 68 euros.
How much
for the game with the DLC? 68 euros after a year on Steam launch.
60 euros for the game.
68 euros for the game and the DLC, the Mythos pack.
A little bit better, but still pretty bad.
Yeah, because Steam people waited for like almost a year to get that.
No, it was a year.
Yeah.
So I remember the whole deal with the Troy and stuff like that. I remember quite a bit about it.
Yeah, and everyone was waiting for people to come, for some mods to come out that fix things.
And then it was then full price plus some.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I saw other. Okay, another Phoenix Point. They released it on Steam a year later after Epic, same issues, at 24 euro, with all the DLC included.
34 euros for which game?
Phoenix Point. It's an XCOM kind of game.
Huh.
Yeah, it's okay. It was fun.
Like 34
But
euros.
the thing is, it was released full price on Epic when it came out. It was also an exclusive.
But then it became 34 euros on Steam, which is like, that's not too bad.
24 at launch on Steam after a year with the DLC.
It's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah,
And people are like, yeah, if we really wanted to play it like that, we could have played it on Epic already. We wanted to play it on Steam for the whole mod experience, the workshop, the multiplayer, and all that stuff. Maybe I'm not a multiplayer person myself, but I know people enjoy it.
Going to workshop right quick, I think that's still my biggest complaint, is that it was that's like a mass request for Warhammer. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It was mass requested and it didn't happen.
Because people like to play with mods.
It's cool to play with mods, but it's like there's one mechanic that is a mod that shouldn't be a mod. It should be a base game thing.
And for example, I always use the Lord Respect mod and some better camera mods.
I honestly just I don't mind having the basic vanilla experience. I just want the one button respect. That's all I want.
I've been playing with the camera mods, for example, and another mod I use all the time is the region delimiter, like that makes borders and all that stuff look way better and clearer. Those mods I had activated on
that could
all
be a
my
problem
Warhammer
sometimes.
campaigns.
Is figuring out where the borders are sometimes. I will admit I do have sometimes.
There were 4 mods I always used in my Warhammer games.
Mm-hmm.
One button respect, mandatory.
Yeah, no. Even I.
And that should not be. That should be a fucking feature.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
And it should be something like, okay, you confederate someone, lords automatically get all their points restored.
I wouldn't even mind spending some in the in-game money for it too, because it's like,
or charge me some money. Charge me some money to do it once.
I don't mind if we get that. Just give me it.
Yeah. Then I have 5 mods. There was another.
This should emphasize like how bad it is and how much this thing is needed. I'm a person that likes playing vanilla, and I don't like enjoying modding my games, because if I can't enjoy the game with or without mods, it's not worth playing anyways. But Warhammer is one of the Total War Warhammer games are the one time I'm just like, I can't. I love the game. I enjoy the game, but there's just one feature in this game that I absolutely cannot stand it not being in this game, and that's the ability to respec my lords, even if it's only once. Because it's like
I always had 5 mods running: the one button respec, better borders, better campaign camera, better battle camera, and building progression icons. Which was that was just like a visual thing, because each level had a different icon of a building, for example.
I see. Well, I personally think the only thing that was actually absolutely necessary is a one button respec. Like, that's the only one I'm actually like, I can't.
Yeah, and that should not even be a mod. That should be in the fucking game.
We've been telling CA for like how long now, and it didn't come in 3. Like, the actual hell, CA.
And they've been taking stuff from mods for years. You can see it in their patch posts. Oh, we did this because we thank modders XYZ for feature X or whatever.
Like, if it's like you're trying to prevent the mods from being pissed off, it's like, you know what? There's just certain things that shouldn't be a mod. It should be in the game anyways. Yeah. You step on a few toes, and still, but it's like,
when you release a game, release it with Workshop, release it with modder tools, release it with all functionality, because it's game 3. It's not the first game. It's not a new engine that you need to fucking figure out. It's a third game.
Yeah, no. It's the third of installment of a one game series kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, this shouldn't be rocket science by now. You should have this figured out by now. Like, and I know it sounds like I'm bashing on CA a lot, but it's just more of I'm bashing on CA because it's like, come on, dudes.
Yeah, because
We expect
we're
something
bashing
more
because
from
they
you by now.
want them to be better. We want the games to do better.
Like, we're not telling them to make them free or something like that. We just want the games to be better. Is it really that much to ask? Or at the very least, listen to the people that you authorize to get pre-release or get the games out early to show off the game. And listen to them.
Yeah, Legends also been ranting on that one because, we're doing you free publicity on all that, but we're not allowed to tell people our opinions, and then we're getting shit that we didn't tell them instead of you.
Yeah.
That was one of Legends' biggest gripes.
Oh yeah, no. I know Legends gripes. I assure you. Remember, we're friends, so we talk every now and then. So, and I understand his gripes all too well.
Yeah, I know a lot of things
that's why we shared.
You've really been ranting on it on that stream I told you about.
Oh yeah, no, like people think I like to copy Legends' opinion often. It's not I copy his opinion. It's we're friends for a reason. We have very similar opinions.
His opinions make sense. I don't always agree with Legend on many things, but a lot of the things he says actually have sense.
He's not one of the biggest Warhammer streamers or Total War streamers for no reason at all, you know.
Exactly.
He doesn't have over 400k subs for, you know, like he does tell. I guess what I'm trying to say is like he doesn't tell exactly a ton of jokes and stuff like that. The KP is crowd entertained with just the jokes, but he keeps the crowd entertained because he's knowledgeable of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what draws people. That's why people go to him. It's like, is this, and this a smart idea? And people value his opinions because of that.
Things from Legend. I don't always apply them. Maybe sometimes I can find something better that works for me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I learned a lot of things from Legend.
Oh yeah, that's why I can play on Legendary at all. It's because of Legend. Like, my applying what he talks about.
Yeah,
it's simply just me listening to his advice.
Yeah, and still Legendary still kind of fucking sucks.
I mean, it's nowhere near as bad. Not having to deal with his enemy for,
but
not with having to
deal. It's annoying because when I want, I play mostly Legendary because if I play on normal, I get bored because I steamroll everything, and to me that's not fun.
Yeah, if I play on easy or normal anymore, it's just because I am trying to steamroll. I want
Legendary difficulties to have better AI that challenges me rather than just being cheaty.
Yeah. But yeah, like, no. I don't know. Anyways, point of the matter is we're getting at is that if there's anyone that CA should really listen to, at the very least, it's Legend.
Yeah.
It's like, let's be honest, he has the biggest voice.
Listen to Legend, listen to Mercy, listen to people who play your games a lot.
Yeah, because it's like, I am not even going to try to say I'm a big streamer at all, because it's like, don't really listen to me. I don't have a big crowd. I don't see myself ever getting a big crowd because I don't know why. What to do.
But there are a lot of streamers that get thousands of people on their live streams, hundreds of thousands of video views. Maybe those people actually know what they're talking about if so many people go to them.
Yeah, no. There's a reason why these people are there, you know.
And
going back for a second, just a moment, because this is something I actually wanted to say earlier. is I think one of the most impressive things I've seen outside of like Legends normal just views and stuff like that was seeing Dame Offensive playing with Matt from Total not from Total from Mini War Gaming on Total War. That honestly was like that was cool to see.
Yeah.
Well, that was cool.
Well,
Okay, that's cool for
I've,
me because I like Mini War Gaming. And Dave is my favorite person out of the people on Mini War Gaming.
yeah. Well, there's also another thing that, let's face it, which is a reality of Twitch or streaming or anything. Female streamers will get a lot of more popularity more easily.
Oh, I've always thought that. I've always known that.
They still have to work for it. I don't deny that. And I've seen a couple of her streams, and she does.
But cough,
okay
cough.
stuff.
The pretty females are the ones that are going to get the most views because
Yeah.
they're pretty females.
Yep.
Because what's the majority of audiences that watches people play video games? Guys.
Yeah.
What do guys want to see? Not other guys.
Yep. It's the same thing. Oh, a lot of men play as female characters in MMOs. Why? Because they like to see something pretty all the time.
That's why people like VTubers so much, and they don't care if it's a guy or a girl behind it because they see a girl in front of them. I 100% of the belief that all VTubers are just guys with a voice changer. I 100% believe that. People try to deny that are fans of the VTubers. I'm like, I don't. This is why I don't trust cosplayers, because it's like I'm 90% sure it's a guy just wearing a fake outfit. You know, like there's ways to hide certain parts and add certain parts and make it look real. You know.
Yeah.
There's only like one cosplayer I've seen. I don't remember her name, but it's proven that she is female because she also likes to do nude photos as well. So it's like unless they're an established female and like they've proven that they are, then it's like I don't trust it. That's why I don't like looking at cosplays that much. Like I like how they look because they look good, but I don't trust it for the sense of like, oh, you're trying to be sexy or whatever. I don't trust that one ever. Because it's like you can be trying to be sexy all you want, but it's like that's probably just a dude. I'm very skeptical on shit I see on that kind of stuff. Doesn't mean the cosplay doesn't look good. It looks great. But it doesn't mean I'm going to trust it on just like, oh, I believe that's a female. And then I get tricked into thinking it's not.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah.
Yeah. They're always going to do better.
Yeah.
They're not going to be maybe the biggest, but they're going to gather a fan base more easily.
Yeah, no. Excuse me. I will say though, like, because I can't think of an actual streamer or content creator that's like really big. But the ones I can think of that are really big are like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. But those are also guys, but they also they draw on crowds with their jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they have to be really good at something, just like Legend is with Total War.
Yeah, their thing they're good at is jokes. Because they're not good at games, not particularly.
Or at least they need to feel real.
Yeah. Anyway,
for example, Asmongold. People like watching him because he's a real person. He acts like not like a persona.
Yeah, which is like I do the same. I don't hide behind shit. Now, Granted, my problem is I'm just not consistent enough sometimes.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest issues because people expect content, not
Yeah.
necessarily daily, but for example, if you say you're going to stream every Monday, they expect you to be there every Monday.
Well, I'll have to figure. I'm still trying to figure out my pattern right now. Mostly because I'm now also working on the car channel too. Which actually, after this, I need to go record a video for that too, because I haven't put up stuff for the last couple of days. But that's also because I've been dealing with crap on my end on the computer. That's been preventing me from doing stuff. So yeah, that was not a lack of wanting to do it. It's more of I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, but still you get penalized by YouTube
Yep, I
for
know,
that.
but it's fine. I'll come back.
Yeah. Yeah, well, still.
I still intend to be consistent enough to continue. So
And we still want CA to do better.
yeah, that doesn't change. Just because we
Because we
change
love them,
topics doesn't
we love
mean that we
Total.
changed off of that completely.
Yeah, we love them. We love their games, but they can't keep having these disastrous launches.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they had three, one after another. 3K, Troy, and now this.
Yeah, no. Granted, 2 wasn't exactly the greatest launch either.
Yeah, but 2 had a lot of improvements still from 1, even with all those problems, to be honest.
Yeah. But I didn't get to play 1 as much, so I can't say a lot about it. So like I played maybe 100 hours some odd before I switched over to 2.
Yeah, well, that doesn't really matter. The thing that matters is you work on the same engine, you know the type of games, you know what people want to see, and you don't do it.
Yeah. No, I know. The biggest problem CA is that they don't listen to their content creators.
Yeah, even Brom Remaster. You just had to port that game with a couple of tweaks.
Yeah, I know.
Why? I was so excited for that game last year when it came out. And I played it for like a few hours and I'm like, yeah, no. This
Boring.
is still too dated. No.
Like there was things that they did improve upon, but there wasn't enough improvement comparatively to things that they did wrong. For this game, it's just like, yeah, no.
Yeah. And then they do a couple of patches and then, oh, this is our last content patch for Rome. Like, really? Your most beloved game and you just go,
We're done.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I don't know.
And I mean, for fuck's sakes, I have 7,000 hours of playtime in Warhammer 2.
I don't have near as many, but it's like, I still have over 1,000, which is easily the most I have in any game. Like, there is no questioning it. Like, when I look at myself on Steam, it's like, there's this one game I have like 100 some odd hours in, and maybe another that have like maybe 200 in. And then there's Warhammer 2, which I have like over 1,000. So it's like, I've dedicated some time to it. Maybe not as much as people, but I've dedicated time to this.
Yeah, well, look for an example in this time of launch. I have 22 hours in Warhammer 3.
How many
And
hours?
at the moment, I don't want to play it. In the meantime, I racked up 214 hours in Elden Ring.
Yeah,
Because that's a game where developers actually listen to their players, players noticed that people were doing bad shit in PvP. They had a fix 2 days later for that thing. And on the other hand, I don't have 7,000 hours in Warhammer 3. I have 6,596 hours in it. I just checked.
And which one?
Warhammer 2.
6,000 some odd.
6,596 hours.
What a few. But
And I only have 22 hours in Warhammer 3.
yeah, I have like, what was it, like 50 some odd, 70 odd.
And that's going to keep happening. Because
Because we are getting what we're supposed to be getting.
yeah. I actually think there are not many people that have such a long playtime between me and Legend. To be honest.
Yeah, it really is just kind of like, no, CA, if you just would listen to your content creators at the very least, some of this stuff would be avoided.
And it's not just those people. If you go on Reddit, people are complaining. They're not liking it.
Well, the thing is like, yeah, they're gonna be complaints regardless. My thing is like, I'm getting at is like,
Yeah, but
some of the issues that are
the
being
number
complained.
of complaints versus people who actually like it. Because absolutely any game that's going to launch, any developer, any game, any type of game, they're going to be whiners out there.
Oh, yeah, there's always going to be whiners.
But when you see the majority of
So when majority of the people are whining about something, it's like there's something wrong.
Yeah.
But the thing is what I'm trying to get at is like, some of the issues that they're complaining about, they wouldn't be issues if they would listen to their content creators.
Exactly.
Because we have a section in the Discord that is set up for feedback, and we tell them our feedback. Like, there's this, and this, and this. And what did they do with it? Not really much. You know how long it took them for finally fix the Throt fucking loyalty thing? And how many times I mentioned it in our feedback section?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't fix it until the very last patch. I'm like, you son of a... And I have been mentioning it for like months at that point. And I don't like bashing on it just all the time, but it's like, you know, they're just...
Yeah, we actually want to praise them. We do.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy their games. I really do. But this Warhammer 3 is just at the point where I'm just like, I can't really praise it that much, which is unfortunate. It really is. I will say I do blame Warhammer 3 for me wanting to play Tzeentch at all in Age of Sigmar. But other than that, I have been tempted to pick up their models. But that aside,
That's something at least.
But also, I will have to say, like, Tzeentch is just way too strong. It's such a hard faction to deal with.
Yeah, those shields, man.
The shields plus all the range they have, it's just like, oh my god.
And then they're one of the few whose magic actually does stuff.
Yeah. Because Slaanesha's is Horn doesn't have magic, so...
Well, yeah, another thing about the whole magic thing. What do people like to do? Oh, they like to use magic a lot. Yeah, let's fuck all the magic traits.
Yeah, pretty much. They made this game super anti-cheese. And that honestly is infuriating to me a little bit because it's like
Yeah, but finding out how to cheese stuff and all that is also a way to play.
yeah, I get that, but it's still like, come on.
Yeah.
The main reason people
Don't
play
remove the
this
fun
game is
elements because you know what? People can play without cheesing,
and that's fine.
but don't force people who like to cheese to not be able to cheese.
They have a choice between what they would do, but it's just like, oh my god. Like, why did you have to kill knowledgeable like to into the actual ground, and then 6 feet under? Because it's like knowledgeable is absolute garbage now, and no one can tell me different. I 100% believe it's garbage.
Well, it is. I wouldn't keep a knowledgeable lord at all.
Yeah, no, I avoid them. Just sad.
Yeah, and you go from Warhammer 3. Oh, we're going to give all our lords, our heroes, fun traits, fun abilities, fun that. Warhammer 3, basic ass tech trees, basic ass abilities, basic ass heroes. Yeah.
Hard for me to actually say which one is my favorite.
And the thing is, there are so many games now. And people are going to move on to play something that's fun.
That they enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know. I assure you. I actually just haven't been playing games right now because I've just been like, I don't have a game I really care to play right now.
Yeah,
But
I've
at the
been
same,
having fun with Elden Ring, which is very fun.
I got stuck on one boss and I'm just like, I'm done. I can't even tell you how many times I've actually tried and I just could not beat this boss. But yeah, no. Enough about
Yeah,
that.
but you know what's fun about Elden Ring?
Hmm.
They do a very fun thing. Oh, you want to go get I don't know what weapon because that weapon is fun. Yeah, go ahead. Travel the whole world. We don't care. Do it. You want to farm before you go to a boss? Yeah, okay, whatever. You find some tactic that's going to be blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, do it. Whatever.
That's cool and all, but my biggest thing is like, I don't like the fact that there's zero story, effectively.
Oh yeah, that wasn't ever going to be a thing. It's a story you have to discover. It's their
Well, it's like
style. It's not going to
well,
be.
I think the biggest thing about it for me is that I saw a post the other day that had the creator shown on it, and it's like he has like seven games, seven masterpieces. I'm like, that's not true. They're not masterpieces. They're good games, but they're not masterpieces. A masterpiece has a good story.
Yeah, but the problem, you know what, with that is because a lot of so-called game journalists or reviewers, and I really do mean the so-called part, have been giving a lot of mediocre games huge ass notes or reviews
That's why I don't trust reviews.
when they're not, and when something that's not perfect but good, they have to hype it up to the max because they're going to get shit for it. They
No,
need to learn that games need to get other grades than 8, 9, 10. If a game is mediocre, yeah, give it a 5, give it a 6. That's it.
No, I assure you, I remember buying a game that was super hyped up. It was, well, I don't know if it was hyped up for a lot of people. I don't remember its name off the top of my head anymore. But it came out for the Wii. It was supposedly super great story, la la la, character development, all that whatnot. I played the game for about 10 hours and I'm just like, I'm bored out of my mind. This story is basic bitch stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I am not invested at all. I'm just like, I'm done. By the time I've played a game for 10 hours, I should be invested at least. I'm not invested.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't trust reviews.
Completely agree.
Like, you assholes.
Well, I'm going to check out. Need to go to therapy first thing in the morning.
Fair enough. I'll catch you later, dude.
Catch you later on the next stream. Good talking to you.
Yep. Good night.
Good night.
Alright. Been working on this, what, for almost 2 hours now? Still nowhere near as done as I would like to be, but it's getting there. Uh, I think what I'm going to do when this is done is I'm going to paint it with a light blue dry brush. That's what I'm thinking of the moment. I think the light blue will highlight it in a way that looks really nice and very much like a frost dragon. Sorry guys, I mean, I keep on trying to keep it on the camera, but it's not. Keep getting distracted. Wonder why. Whatever. Let me try to get a better angle for you guys. But yeah, CA really just... There's a lot of things that CA needs to fix. It'll eventually, though. Let me hit up these edges a little. I've been putting them off. So we got this dragon's about like what, half done now on the just basing part. Okay, so I think, hmm, I think what I'm gonna do with these wings, base painting on this color is fine, because I think what I'm gonna do with them is I'm going to put a a light blue down them, maybe. I'd have to look over a Frost Dragon picture for reference, but I think painting these blue for now is fine. Even if it's not, it's a fixable problem, so it's not that big a deal. So it won't become a fixable problem. Just need a, if it's not what I want it to come out to be. Now we're gonna just paint these like this, because I think it will look, I think the idea I have in my mind will work. That's what matters. I'm gonna put a little more. I want it to be. I want it to stand out. It's hard to see, but I'm putting underneath the wing right now, so it's a little difficult to get a good angle for the camera. Putting it stand a little bit. I just realized I was not on the camera. Well, that looks like a big. There's a big spot like right here. And then it up a little bit more on the legs. I do kind of wish this model wasn't built before I could paint it, but it was bought like this. So, not much I could do about that. It's fine. I could still paint it like this. A little more difficult. It's a big enough model that I could still get into the smaller crevices still quite easily, because the small crevices aren't that small. If I could finish this model, I'm not gonna finish it this stream. There's no way. There's no way in hell. But if I could finish this model, excuse me, within a reasonable amount of time, I could probably start working on some other dragons. I'm not gonna finish this anytime soon, though. I think we're looking pretty good. A few spots here and there. Clean up a little bit more. Otherwise, looking still pretty good. Granted, I still need to do the bottom part of this wing. I have to kind of get down lower for this side part because it's awkward angle. We're trying to get it from above, so we got over here the base muscle part of the wing, the kind of membrane, if you would. We got a little bit in haw. Thought of that. How are they gonna do that? Whatever. Something to think about later. For now, I just want to get this looking like it should. A little bit Paint missing there. I. There we go. A little thin right here. There. Let me grab more paint. Need all the paint we can get because this is a big model. But that obviously means we don't just dump all out either. We don't need everything. There's crevices. That will be one thing, though, I will say about the big models. They are easy to miss a spot. Just because there's so much surface area. Okay. That looks good. I'm thinning it down a little bit just because it feels a little sticky. I'm trying to cover as much surface area as I can. So I need it to be kind of what I'm looking for. I need it to be more. I need it smoothed. It's definitely different from doing what I was initially. There we go. This is definitely gonna need second layers. Depending, maybe even third. Not only third though. Definitely gonna need extra layers. But that's fine. Just how it goes. Sometimes it's better to paint thin layers than it is to paint one thick layer because it will look worse later. Nowhere near as consistent. And there. Go. Kind of hit up the few spots here and there that I absolutely missed. All right, should be dried about now. Oh, sorry. Don't have it on the stream. That's one thing I'm having a little bit keeping it on the stream. Go. Actually, let me get more paint. Okay. That pretty decent. There's a few spots I still miss, but a little more consistent now. looking pretty good. Few spots I still need to hit up, but that's fixable as we go. Switch up the ends over here because I have not been doing that. I missed a spot completely right here. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. Is bigger models can be much more easily a thing to miss a spot with because there's so much to cover. They're fun models to paint though. And since they're much easier models, they're much easier to paint than small models. But there's still a lot of area to cover, so it's easy to miss a spot. This is all lighting and stuff like that, so I'm not trying to paint that with blue, mostly just because I think it's not something I should hit up with. It won't work to my advantage later, so. That's more of a base color like yellow and stuff like that. Need to go back over this tail a little bit because there's some spots that I'm just kind of like not super happy with how they look. Not looking too bad. We still need to do the under part of the wings. It's still looking pretty good. So we're getting to the point where it's almost completely covered, which is good. We just need to get a bit of water. And then hit up some of the more areas that we may have missed or needs a little touch up. Technically, we also need to hit up these walls because the claws aren't done. I should try to be careful about where I paint. Because there will be glue that goes here. Ooh, dropped it. I almost dropped the ball on that model. Well, in this case, the dragon. I mean, the dragon could be a ball. Good. Ay, ay, ay. But looking good so far. We're getting close to the point where we can start working on the next part, but we just need to still continue the base coating. As long as it still needs its base coat, we're not done. We can't go on to the next. Not as well as I would like to. I would like to make sure the base coat is completely done before I even consider the next part. You know, kind of important. A little. Just need to be full blue. I mean, you're not wrong, but it is a frost dragon, so I'm going to hit it up with some light blues later for highlights, and then figure out a few other things I could do with this. What else do I want to do? I know definitely some light blues. I need to figure out what else though. For now though, the blue is the starting point. This blue is a starting point. Because it will bring out the light blues a lot better. And it will give that kind of frost feeling, which is what I'm going for, so that's important. I just need to figure out, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is what I want to do with the mouth mostly. And somewhat the horns. The horns are kind of the general color I want them to be, but I'm trying to figure out like how to make it effect. If that makes sense. Maybe kind of almost go like a flame effect almost, if that makes sense. Where I can have one color, you know, the starting color be a blue, a regular blue, like this color, and then go to a lighter blue, and then to a lighter blue, go from there. I can't paint for crap. My wife does the painting for me nowadays. Fair enough. I think my favorite part is the painting. I don't like building as much. I like painting. I think the reason, and I was talking about this earlier on stream, excuse me, is that I think the reason why I like painting more is because I can be creative with it. Like, you can still be creative with building, because you can, you know, kit bash and that kind of whatnot. But I think I like the painting process more because it tells a story. Ah, itchy head, itchy head, itchy head. Looks cool. Crack on. Thank you. Appreciate it. I am hoping it turns out the way I'm wanting it to. So, as long as it comes out the way I want, I'll be happy. Here we careful about painting where it gets glued at. Sounds difficult to paint? Depending. Depending on how you look at it. I personally don't see it as much of it. Like, I don't mind painting bigger models because bigger models have more surface area to work with. True. But in a sense that works to your advantage because that makes it easier for the detail to work on details. But that means there's more details to do. So it's kind of a there's a good and a bad to both, but I think it's easier in a sense to paint bigger models. Just personal preference. I like painting bigger models just because I don't know. There's more to work with. But yeah, the reason why I like painting models, I think, more than building models is because painting tells a story. Building the model tells a story, but it tells you the story of, okay, this is what this model is supposed to look like. Okay, cool. But how do you want to paint it? Do you want to paint it the way the game wants you to paint it? Or do you paint it the way you want to paint it? And if you want to paint it your way, why is it being painted? What's the story behind the color choices you chose? That's what I think my favorite part about painting is. Just saying hi, it's bedtime. I want to check out the dragon. Appreciate it. I don't mind if you're just swinging by for just a moment. I personally am just here to try to entertain you guys. And also just work on some models while I'm at it. Good night and good luck with the painting. Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, two birds kind of one stone thing. Work on models while I also try to entertain you guys. It's very much a two birds one stone thing. Oh my god, words. I had to think for that for a moment. You would think I would know that by heart by now. Dang. Said so much. But words hard to. But yeah, painting tells a story. Painting tells a story because it's like, okay, why do you want it to be this color? You want to paint it based on the story of the game, so you're gonna paint it the way that the game shows it, or you're gonna paint it your own way. And if so, why? Why are you doing that? I just check it out. Appreciate it. Have a good night, my sir. But yeah, there's a story behind building, and then there's a story behind the painting. This is like there's only so much versatility on how you can build a model. You could do a paint. The world is your oyster. There's so many ways you could paint something. And without kit bashing, the story behind the building is you just build it the way it looks. That's fine. But you have to build a specific way. Whereas painting, you don't have to paint it a specific way. As long as it looks good, that's all that matters. And if it comes out the way you want it to, that's what really matters. Technically, I don't need the paint the bottom. I'll know. It's not done. That's the important part, is I'll know. That's why I try to paint as much of it as I can. It's like it speeds up the process if I don't, but it's like I rather know it's done. Like done to my standard. That's important. And these nails. Well, technically claws, but whatever. So I'm glad contrast paint is so easy to work with. Make this process so much easier. Okay, so we now go back to this front part. Trying to get a good angle for painting it, but it's not easy. This is a kind of awkward angle. The awkward angle, mostly because I need to try to see where I'm painting. But try to keep it on the camera. Okay. May not show on the camera, but god dang it. There we go. Yeah, I know it's hard to see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Just certain spots are just really hard to keep on camera. Okay. Saw a few spots I missed. I have to go back. Touch those up. If I see a spot I missed, I have to go back. It bothers me until I paint over it. It is not easy getting these top of these nails with the wings blocking the way completely. It really is actually really hard to get into there. Jeez. Not much I can do about it because this was built. Like I said, this was built before I got my hands on it, so I have to try to fight with it. Hit up a few of these spots I keep seeing. Why does it keep? There's one spot it keeps moving from, and I'm not happy about. Whatever. Hit up spots because I know I've missed some. Here. There's one spot, one small spot right in the middle between these two here. Okay, other than the bottom of the wings, looks like I've got everywhere. Few problem spots, but nothing too major. All right, I need more paint. Go. Ah, there's a spot I completely missed. I knew there was one. It's just a really hard spot to see because of where it's positioned. It's positioned in this back. See, now I lost. There it is. Back here. Not an easy spot to see, but it's back. Huh. I'm trying to position it to where you guys could see it, but I'm going to move it like this so I could see it myself. No offense, but I need to be able to see it. Inside of the leg over here. Go. Cool. Okay, so next, get the underside of these wings. So let's try to go for this one right here first. To the okay. Okay, so now we go. That wasn't. Add a little water. Okay, so with that, I need to put paint on the palette. Mostly just because it was watered down a little too much, so I need to mirror it. Paint. I don't mind if it's a little watery, I just want it to be consistent. I think these are dry now, so I could go ahead and tip these back up. Okay. A little bit inside here because a little bit there. Good, looking good. I'm liking how it looks so far. Trying out the method that is suggested a little bit more. And it's working out really well. There's a few. Ah, crap. Now I'm just throwing my paintbrushes. God, I'm so angry at my paintbrushes. Throw, toss, rage. Yeah. Paintbrushes are the man, yeah. I don't know. I make up crap as I go, okay? Don't judge. No judges here. I mean, I could be a judge. That's for a card game. Doesn't count. Not the same thing. There we go. Just thought of that. One thing right quick. I had to change one thing right quick. Realized that was a thing. There we just trying to it's consistent looking. Biggest thing for me is I gotta make sure it looks consistent. That makes something look consistency. Sometimes randomness does make things look good, but it depends on how it's done. You can't always rely on randomness to be your. It just depends on how good you're at freehand. That, which I am not. I have some freehand, but eh. Right, there we go. Need to still touch up a lot of spots, but we'll get there. Does look like right about here can use some touch up. Okay, the next section also could use it, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I think the main thing is like, I think you just want to get the whole model done first. Crap. I'm just throwing paint. This is actually a little awkward because it's being blocked by the tail. But I could still work with it. So, yep. Still need to clean up spots, but gradually. I feel like I'm bringing out more paint more often. I think it's just drying really quick in the spots where I have a ton of paint already. Might be the pigments being absorbed in the already somewhat dried paint. Cleaning up some of these spots that are more obvious. At least trying to. There we go. go. I have to do that actually. Oh, for now we can live without. Okay. Not focusing on the details that I missed. Trying to focus on the details that I haven't done yet. Okay, good, good, good. Trying to keep it on stream so you guys can see. You know, whatever. Okay, so let me get water because I a little bit here. Getting a little sticky here. Make it a little bit more flowing. The word I'm looking for. It needs to flow smoothly. That's what I want. A bit late? Just a bit late, Nurgle? More like super late. God, Nurgle, why are you so late? It's already been almost 3 hours, dude. These areas more. No, no pity on the pickle. No pity. Zero pity. None of it. Yep. This one's actually pretty good, like as far as dragon faces go. Like, it's not the zombie dragon, which is derpy as all hell. Like, comparatively to like some of the other dragons I've seen, like this is a pretty good one. In a few spots I missed. I should stop trying to hit at the spots I missed. Focus on completing the damn. But at the same time, I know me. Like, as soon as I try to finish I'm gonna want to go to the next part. So trying to hit out these spots that I missed. Now while I'm thinking on them. I mean, I don't know what to say. Because to be fair, let's think about it. There's only so many designs to a dragon you could do without it looking like an actual, while still making it look like an actual dragon. So, no. Like I said though, it beats the zombie dragon. Zombie dragon just looks derp. So I would at least give him credit for that. Let's see. Once I need to hit up. There we go. Get a little more paint on my palette. They seem to be using a lot. Apparently I had a drop in frames. First time in a while, especially when I'm not doing anything. Like, the fact that it dropped frames is kind of like, why? So you may also be wondering, why did I start working on a dragon all of a sudden, especially when I played Death? Well, some stuff's been going on at home, and my roommate plays the Stormcast Eternals, which has a lot of dragons. I figure to help him out, I'm going to work on his dragon. Because it was already built, just need to be painted. Figure, why not paint it? Good project work. And dragons are aesthetically pleasing to some degree. When when they're painted and done and stuff like that. Like, once they're painted like this and look like how they should, really go. A well done dragon looks really pretty. A model that's well done is pretty, but I don't know. There's something about a dragon that's yes, because the dragon's a centerpiece model. I think that's probably what it is for me. It's just it's a centerpiece model, and centerpiece models are meant to look good. Wait, is it? Oh wait. I just realized I haven't had my music on for you guys. My bad. I thought it had it on, but it was muted. I forgot. I was checking something earlier and I muted. Okay. Headphones. Because one of them actually died. Kidding. Where'd the... it is. But yeah. Okay. I thought I had this music on, I'm gonna be honest. I thought I did. Yeah. Apologies, I meant to have it on. Anyways. Moving it like this, mostly because I need to be able to see. Just found out. Just saw this angle I could do. I'm also using my camera kind of as a judge for how something looks. So I'm trying to. Okay. Good, looks good, looks good. Need a bit of touch up, but that as it gets some paint on it for now. That's what I really care about. The only thing I'm having trouble with is understanding why do I need someone's. I feel like I have to keep diving into my paint a lot more often than I normally would. I wonder if it's just because of the spot I'm using. Maybe. No. Yeah, I need to paint those up. Not having it painted. Alright, get a little bit of water because we're starting to get a little paint starter dry. The paint's drying fast in this palette. Weird because it's a wet palette. Try to touch up some of these other spots. And oh. Yeah, I feel like I already have to go back into the paint. Okay. Looking clean, looking sharp. Want it to not look like a giant mess. At some point. Wait a minute. Trying to get the camera to focus for me. And then covered. Thinking about it too. I also probably hit up these scales. No, those need to be blue too. Unlike Bluetooth. Bad jokes are bad. I do wish we did have some blue spray paint, because then I would have had this base painted a long time ago, but not that big. I don't mind doing it this way either. More paint. Ay, ay, ay. I need to dip into this paint a lot, it feels. Keep saying that. That's true. I feel like I have to keep on dipping into the paint quite often. Kind of a sad part of this model. That I have to feel like I have to go into the paint. Because it doesn't feel like I'm actually using all that much, but in truth I probably am. Go. Area, but it's not easy. Okay. These parts. Need to. Yeah. Covered. Relatively well. I'm missing a spot, but it's just about to hit up anyways. Here. Inner part of the wings, because I think I missed a little bit here and there. Here. Scales a little bit more. And other wing a little bit more. I saw a spot. Right there. true, actually. I just thought of that. The side of the wings or something. I know. They're not super obvious, but I should hit up. Get a little bit of water on my brush because I need to get the paint off a little bit. Kind of bulk up a little too much. Looks patch up early. Need to do some right there. Mouth is going to stay relatively like this because I don't see the inside of the mouth being blue. Maybe. Well, actually, maybe. There is a logic to doing that. Finally free, was babysitting with the little gremlin's mom has returned. Fair enough. I don't babysit kids at all because I just can't stand it. I have zero intention to ever have kids. So I won't ever have to worry about that. And my family knows I don't like kids, so they don't ask me to babysit like they know I don't like kids. Especially not certain ones. I think we're good. There might be a spot or two I might need to reheat up right quick, like. Go. Edges a little bit. Two spots I need to hit up. Newt. single biters in the family. Now, over my at my over at my place, we occasionally get set out with babysitting duty. It's not just me watching them, but when others are busy, they get me. I see. Yeah, my family just straight up just know they shouldn't ask me. Because I lose my mind just being around them. There. I need to put in that's. Put a little more paint on my palette. Whatever. Wet palette. About it. Reframes randomly for no reason, are we, computer? My computer's doing actual nothing and it's dropping frames. I'm like, the actual hell. touch up these, I just saw that. Those are not really similar enough for coloration. Okay. Think. I think that does it for now. Other than like maybe like a little more obvious hard spot. I think that's all. There. I think we're good. I keep saying that, and I keep finding spots. Eventually I'm going to stop finding spots. Eventually. Eventually I'm going. Right? Right? I'm gonna go ahead and paint that lane just because it's like I see the rest of the thing. I'm just in case I am missing a spot on the actual wing and trying to not paint that part because I know for a fact that's supposed to be on. think that's good enough. Okay, so that took me about, what? 3.5 hours, 4, somewhere in there? To paint the whole model myself, like that. If I had spray paint, a base paint for spray paint that was blue, I would have been done forever ago and been working on something else, like details or something like that. But that's fine, honestly. It took time, but it came out, I think, a little bit better than I was expecting. But yeah, I gotta go ahead and end this episode here because I gotta get recording on some videos for my other channel, so I gotta go get to that. So I have to stop here. I don't know when exactly the next stream will be. I will probably start trying to look into doing more common streams. Maybe I might even change to weekly streams instead of more of a daily kind of thing. I'm not sure yet. I have got to figure out the scheduling on how I'm going to do this for both channels and such like that. Anyways, with that being said, thank you all very much for joining me here today. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for all your support, and thank you for joining.